Are you kidding me? Yo, what's up, guys? It's me, it's your boy Zeladon. And I don't know about you, but I've had a lot of trouble figuring out what exactly all these subclasses in World of Kings do. So I took the time to figure it out, and I'm going to share it with y'all in case you are as lost as I was. We're not going to be talking about the skills or any specifics like that, just what the general roles of all these subclasses are. That being said, let's get started. Okay, as you can see on the picture here, I did kind of color code this. So you can see there's purple circles, orange, red, black, and green. Purple meaning range DPS, red for melee DPS, green for healers and support, orange for tanks, and black for bruisers. Alright, so let's get started. So first up, we'll start off with the Mage and the range DPS classes. So the Mage, we have Arcane Scholar and Crystal Shaper. For the Wizard, we have the Flame Singer, the Frost Whisper, and the Fire Frost Wizard. For the Dark Sage, we have the Necromancer and the Chaos Warlock. Next up, kind of a unique range DPS that comes from the Rogue class is the Spellblade. And after that, we have our Archer range DPSers, the Demon Hunter, and the Marksman. And melee DPS, we have the Fighter's Weapon Master and the Berserker. And for the Rogue, we have the Blade Master and the Shadow Dancer. So those were all pretty straightforward. The only really unique thing we have for DPS classes is the Spellblade. That comes from the Rogue class, being a range DPS, but everything else is pretty much straightforward what you would expect. And here's where it starts to get a little bit tricky. Healers and support. So, the first little tricky one is from the Dark Sage, the Vampire, which is a support healer class right there. And then for the Fighter, we have the Archon, which is a support class as well. And some standard healers we have all from the Cleric, the Lightbringer, the Saint, and the Exarch. And one last unique healer we have from the Archer class called the Bard. For tanks, we have one unique tank from the Mage class called the Battle Mage. From the Warrior then we have the Vanguard and the Guardian. And from the Paladin, we have the Dragon Rider and the Templar. And last but not least, we have the Bruisers. Just in case you aren't familiar with what a Bruiser is exactly, basically it's kind of a tanky class that has mostly crowd control type abilities. So like stuns, knockbacks, fears sometimes, snares. Basically the PvP tank class. For those, we have two of those. One from the Paladin called the Inquisitor, and the other from the Warrior called the Gladiator. And that's it, man. So as you can see, there are lots and lots of different classes to choose from. You got 10 range DPS classes, 4 melee DPSers, 6 support classes, 5 tanks, and the 2 bruisers. So yeah, I don't know. I usually like to try every class out in the game, but I don't think that's actually going to be even possible in this game. There are, even though there are a lot of classes, they all have very, very unique skill sets. If you're interested in seeing what the skills and stuff are, I would suggest going over to the Reddit community, reddit.com/r/World of Kings. There's some very, very helpful people in the community there that have been translating the skills and all that stuff from the Asian versions of the game. So we already have, I think they already have about half the classes translated, so head on over there to look for any more skills and all the other details that you'd like to see. Also on Discord, on the World of Kings official Discord server, there's quite a few helpful people there as well that have been playing the Asian version of the game. But yeah, I hope this helped at least to get you started on what role you want to find, because yeah, when I was first looking at all the classes, I would assume that it would all be pretty straightforward. Like, for example, I would assumed the rogue subclasses would all be melee DPSers, and I would have assumed that the mage subclasses would all be magic DPSers. But as you can see, we do have quite a few interesting subclasses. So there we have it. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you guys have had a interesting time looking into World of Kings. I'm really excited for the release, May 30th. So get prepared, figure out what class you want to play, and we'll see you in the world. Peace out. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you want to, click all the buttons in the description. We'll see you next time in the next video. Peace out. GG's.